Hello friends, today we will study chapter 8 of class 12 NCERT biology, that is human health and disease. This is part 2. In part 1 we have already discussed many topics like what are the various pathogens, what are various disease and immunity and various types of immunity. Now rest of the topics we'll discuss in this video. So first we'll discuss about the AIDS and cancer. Now AIDS, as we know, it is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. This AIDS is caused by HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus. This is retrovirus, that is RNA virus. Now how does transmission of HIV virus occurs? This transmission of HIV virus occurs through sexual contact with the infected person, second sharing infected needles, third, transfusion of contaminated blood, fourth, infected mother to child through placenta. So these are the various ways how this transmission of HIV occurs. Now, time lag between the infection and the appearance of symptoms is few months to many years, like it may be 5 to 10 years. How does AIDS infection spread? This, as we all know that this AIDS is caused by HIV virus. So this HIV virus enters the body of the person through macrophages and it replicates, and this viral DNA it is converted to viral DNA through reverse transcriptase and is incorporated into the DNA, and subsequently virus particles are produced. So this is the diagram showing the replication of retrovirus. In this we can see that this is the retrovirus, which is made up of viral protein code, and this retrovirus infects the normal body cell. It infects the macrophages, that is animal cell. Further, this viral DNA is introduced into the host cell, and this viral RNA is converted to viral DNA through enzyme reverse transcriptase. This viral DNA is further incorporated into the host genome and this new viral RNA is produced in the infected cell. Now these new viruses are produced, and these new viruses can infect the other cells also. So this is the entire process of replication of virus. This viral RNA is converted into viral DNA with the help of reverse transcriptase, and further it is incorporated into the host DNA and it replicates, and it can infect new cells. These macrophages become virtual HIV factory, and therefore this HIV enters the T lymphocytes and replicates. Now as the progenies are released, they attack T lymphocytes. Now T lymphocytes start decreasing in number, and immune response of the person becomes weak, because we know we have already studied in immunity that T lymphocytes are responsible for the immunity. So when these start decreasing, the immunity of the person becomes weak, and as a result of which it cannot overcome various infection. Now this diagnosis of AIDS is done by ELISA test, that is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, and there is no permanent cure of this AIDS, and antiviral therapies can prolong entire life of the patient. Now there are certain preventive measures of AIDS. First, ensuring use of disposable syringes. Second, screen blood from the blood banks. Third, advocating safe sex. And fourth is NACO, that is National AIDS Control Organization, and many NGOs are doing a lot to create awareness among people. So these are the preventive measures which can be taken to prevent AIDS. Now another disease, very common disease, is cancer. How does this cancer occur? This is very important. The process of cancer is known as oncogenic transformation. Now we know that normal cells have the property to contact inhibition, that is stoppage of growth on coming in contact with the other cells. But these cancer cells lose this property. As a result, the cancer cells divide continuously, resulting in a mass of cells, which is known as tumor. Now, because these cells have lost the property of contact inhibition, so that their growth cannot be stopped, so they continuously divide and resulting in a mass of cells, and this mass of cell is known as tumor. Tumor are basically of two types: benign tumor and malignant tumor. Now, what is the difference between benign tumor and malignant tumor? Benign tumor, it remain confined to original location and it do not spread. Whereas malignant tumor, these exhibit metastasis. Now, what is metastasis? Metastasis, that is the cells slaughtered from such tumors reach distant size. Wherever they reach, new tumor are formed. So this is the difference, that in malignant tumors, the cells reach distant size, and wherever they reach, a new tumor is formed. Whereas benign tumor, the cells remain confined to one location only and they do not spread. This malignant tumor actually represent cancer. The cells actually divide, grow and starve the normal cell of vital nutrients. Now, what are the causes of cancer? There are various causes of cancer like carcinogen and oncogenic viruses. Now, what are carcinogen? Any physical, chemical, biological agent that can cause cancer is known as carcinogen. For example, ionizing radiation, X-ray, gamma rays, non-ionizing radiations like UV. Oncogenic virus is also responsible for causing cancer because they have viral oncogenes, that is the genes which can cause cancer, and so they can cause cancer. Now, sometimes what happens, the normal genes in a body, which is known as proto-oncogenes, they get converted into cellular oncogenes that cause cancer, because normal genes divide up only up to a particular limit, but these cancer cells divide, they keep on dividing, they keep on multiplying. So sometimes the normal proto-oncogenes can be converted into cancerous cells, and this can lead to tumor. Now, how this tumor is diagnosed? Tumor is diagnosed by biopsy and histopathological studies. Biopsy is the suspect. In this biopsy, a suspected tissue is cut into thin sections and is examined microscopically. So in biopsy, wherever there is cancer, that suspected tissue is cut in very thin sections and it is examined under microscope. Second technique is radiography, CT scan and MRI. These are the techniques for diagnosing cancer. CT scan, it is 3D imaging of the internal organs and it is generated by X-ray waves. MRI scan, it is pathological and physiological changes in the living tissue that are detected by using magnetic field and non-ionizing radiation. So these are the various methods by which cancer can be detected. Now, how this treatment of cancer is done? Treatment of cancer is done by various methods. One is radiotherapy. In this radiotherapy, tumor cells are irradiated to death. Also, the proper care is taken for protecting surrounding normal tissue. So, with the help of radio waves, tumor cells are irradiated to death. Now, second method is chemotherapy. That is, chemicals are used for the treatment of cancer. There are specific drugs which are particular for tumors and these are used to kill cancer cells. They have side effects like hair loss, anemia, etc. And third is immunotherapy. In this, biological response modifiers such as alpha interferons are used and they activate the immune system of the patient and helps in destroying the tumor. So these are the three techniques like radiotherapy, chemotherapy and immunotherapy that are used for treatment of cancer, and there are various side effects also like hair loss, anemia, etc. Now we'll study various drugs which are commonly used. Like first is opioids, that is heroin. The source of opioid is acetylation of morphine extracted from the latex of Popiferarum somniferum. So this is the plant where this heroin is extracted and it is consumed by snorting or injection. The properties are it is white, bitter and colorless. Now, what is the mode of action? It binds to the opioid receptor, which is present in central nervous system and GI tract. Its effect is it is depressant and slows down the body function. As it is depressant, it slows down the various body function. So this is the first drug. Second is cannabinoids. Cannabinoids, the source is inflorescence of plant Cannabis sativa. It is consumed by inhalation or oral ingestion, and mode of action is it binds to the cannabinoid receptors present in the brain. It affects the cardiovascular system. So the main effect of cannabinoids is it affects the cardiovascular system. Third is cocaine. It is obtained from the coca plant Erythrosxylum coca, and it is found in South Africa. It is consumed by snorting. Mode of action is interference with the transfer of neurotransmitter dopamine. It affects the central nervous system, producing a sense of euphoria and increased energy. Excessive dosage can also lead to hallucination. So it is obtained from coca plant. Now, drugs normally used as medicine. There are various drugs which are used as medicines like barbiturates, amphetamines, benzodiazepines, LSDs are used as medicine to help patients with mental illness and insomnia. Morphine is painkiller and it is used for patients who have undergone surgery. It is widely used in many hospitals for the surgery purpose. Nicotine, it is present in tobacco, which is smoked, chewed, and snuffed. And mode of action is stimulates the adrenal gland to release adrenaline and noradrenaline. Now, what is the effect of nicotine? It affects the blood pressure. It increases the blood pressure and heart rate. As we know, there are various ill effects of smoking. First, increase risk of disease like bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart disease, gastric ulcer, and cancer. And second, it increases carbon monoxide level in the blood, leading to oxygen deficiency. So these are the two ill effects of smoking. Now, alcohol and drug abuse. What are the causes of alcohol drug abuse? Alcohol or drug abuse normally starts in adolescence period between 12 to 18 years because it is transition phase between the childhood and adulthood. Many adolescents are motivated towards drug alcohol due to curiosity and experimentation. So many children are using this because of curiosity and experimentation. Peer pressure, academic stress, unstable family structure further incline towards alcohol. Now, how this addiction occurs? When a person uses alcohol or drug repeatedly, he becomes addicted. Addiction refers to psychological attachment of certain effects such as euphoria and temporary feeling of well-being associated with the use of alcohol or drugs. So anything which is used in excessive amounts leads to addiction and which gives pleasure. In addiction, tolerance levels of receptors present in the body increases towards these drugs, and this drives the person to use them even when they are not required, which may harm the health. Now, dependence leads to manifestation of withdrawal symptoms on discontinuation of use. There are many withdrawal symptoms once the person is addicted, like anxiety, nausea, sweating, shakiness, and sometimes it may be lethal also. What are the effects of alcohol or drug abuse? Immediate effect is vandalism, violence, recklessness behavior, drop in academic performance, lack in interest, personal hygiene, change in eating and sleeping patterns, weight and appetite fluctuation. So see, these are some of the effects which mm, uh, these are some of the effects of alcohol use. Mental, psychological and financial loss not only to user but also to the family. It also causes damage to nervous system and definitely it affects liver also. It can cause liver disease which is known as cirrhosis. Use of anabolic steroids by sportsmen have adverse effects. In females, increase of muscularity, aggressiveness, depression, abnormal menstrual cycle, facial hair growth, enlargement of clusters, deepening of voice, in males, acne, aggressiveness, depression, reduction of size of testicles, decreased sperm production. Ultimately, prolonged use of drug may lead to coma and death. Now, how we can prevent the alcohol drug abuse? It is better to prevent the inclination of individuals to alcohol right from the adolescence. First, avoid peer pressure. Second, educating and counseling the child. This is very important. A child must be taught to accept the failures and success equally. Third, help from the parents and peers. Proper guidance and advice should be given to the child to overcome stress. And fourth is identify danger signals. If any sign of signal of alcohol drug abuse is seen in adolescents by the family, then it should not be ignored. Next is seeking medical help. Psychologists and rehabilitation programs are there which help in addiction. So medical help should be sought to prevent further damage. So please like, comment, share and subscribe my channel to get more videos.